Hello and welcome to another episode of The Navy Nurse. Today I would like to talk to you about what a typical day looks like for me, a work day, and then what a typical off day looks like for me. So first of all, if you've been watching some of my videos, you'll already know that I am stationed here in Okinawa, Japan. I work at the U.S. Naval Hospital here, and I am a medical surgical nurse. I will be transferring to the ICU here in a couple of months, which I'm super excited about. I've been waiting for about a year and a half now to do that, and I finally get the opportunity to do that, so I'm super excited. And once I get to the ICU, I will do a video on my experience transitioning from Med-Surg to ICU and all of that, but I'll do that once it comes. Anyway, okay, typical day. So here at this hospital, we do have to work night shift and day shift. So we will work 8-hour shifts days and then, 8 weeks of day shifts, and then we'll do 8 weeks of night shift. The actual shifts are 12 hours though. So I'll just start off with days. We are expected to get to work at 6:30. I usually will wake up around 4 a.m. though, just to get a workout in or a yoga session in, and then I will head to work. And in the morning we start with Teamstepps, and we do reports. So for Teamstepps, that's a Navy term. It's a Navy communication tool that we use in order to pass information. Types of information, things that are pertinent to our specific ward. We also pass information that we need to know as members of the military, and anything that's going on around our community with the Japanese people, because a lot of times what's going on in the community does affect us and how the hospital works. So for instance, it's Golden Week this week, which is a week that celebrates children, and the Okinawans take it super seriously. They close down businesses, they have huge celebrations. There's, flyers out the side and all kinds of things. So since it's Golden Week, this week we can't send out any of our send out labs. So, things like that we pass during Teamstepps. After Teamstepps, we will do changeover. So the night shift nurse will turn over with the day shift nurse and give report on the patients. So we get there, I'm usually charge nurse. Here, charge nurse doesn't really mean that you're doing a lot differently than a staff nurse. As a charge nurse, I still have to take a full load of patients, which for us is 6 patients per nurse. The charge nurse, I just have to do a little bit more paperwork and make assignments and, make sure the floor is running smoothly, make decisions where, when this patient is going to be admitted, which room are we going to put them in, if I need to talk to any of the other floors like the ER, the ICU, the OR, the APU, PACU, to keep communication open between them when we're transferring patients, things like that. That's what the charge nurse does here, but we also take a full load of patients. So normal day, after we get report, we'll usually pass meds around 09 to 1000, and we'll do all the morning care for the patients. Their ADLs, make sure they're eating breakfast. Well, first of all, make sure they get breakfast. If somebody's going to surgery in the morning, we'll make sure we have that patient prepped and ready to go to the OR. And then throughout the day, really, it's just patient dependent on what they need. We have patients that are, pediatric mental health type patients where we need to do therapeutic communication with them, and we need to make sure that they're safe and they always have a one-to-one watch with them. We have patients who are post-operative patients with pain issues, and we need to make sure that we're treating their pain and nausea. We have Well, I'll tell you what we have been having lately because we just get all types of patients. So, lately, within the past couple weeks, we've had a lot of kids actually with broken bones that we've been taking care of post operatively. And kids are resilient, man. Usually, it'll just be like 1 day post op. Make sure that we're doing the neuro checks on whatever arm or leg was broken, and then make if their pain is controlled and they're eating, they're ambulating, and then they're ready to go home. We've also had within the past couple weeks a lot of like OBGYN type patients with abdominal type pain and who are post-op like transvaginal hysterectomies, things like that. And then we've also had like Marines who, have been in bar fights or whatever, and they broke a nose or a jaw, and we're taking care of them as well. So that's just what we've had lately, but it just comes and goes. There's sometimes like around September is a huge month for postpartum patients. We're overflow for the labor and delivery ward. So when they're full, they'll transfer patients to us, and we take care of the mamas and the babies. And we take care of, sometimes there'll be an influx of sick kids, with fevers who need antibiotics. It just totally depends. And then at night, so our day goes through, right? And then we turn over. So day shift, we turn over with night at 18:30, and then the night shift crew will come on. They'll get report from us. It used to be that the charge nurses had to count the narcs morning and night, but now it switched to we only have to count daytime, so in the morning, which is a huge relief because we're literally just counting all the controlled medications in the Pyxis. And that's not fun because at the end of the shift, you just want to give report and go home because it's been a long day or night. So that's the general idea of how a typical shift is for me. On my days off, I will usually start it with going to the gym with my husband. Well, first of all, we have to take the kids to school. So the 12-year-old goes to 7th grade right now, and then we have a 2-year-old who we will take to daycare. And then after we drop them off, we'll go to the gym and spend like anywhere like 2 to 3 hours there. Or we'll like go out for a run near the beach or through the main area of Chatham, Okinawa, where we live. And then typically after the gym, we'll go out to breakfast together because that's like the only time really that we get alone, since our parents are, none of our family is here to watch the kids, so we're seriously always with them. So whenever they're at school and daycare, we'll go out to eat to breakfast together. And then, weekends where I'm off, all of us will go out to the beach depending on how the weather is. We'll take the kids out to the playgrounds. We'll go take trips. Tokyo is super close, so you can take like a weekend trip to Tokyo. Okinawa's near Thailand, Vietnam. You have Australia, China, all kinds of places around here. So if you want to take like a week of leave or two, I totally suggest traveling throughout Asia. It's awesome here. But yeah, those are typical days for me. If you have any questions, or like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content I'm putting out, and I will see you later.